going on, everybody? We're live in Allen, Texas. I'm with Texas Dynasty coach Zack Rodriguez. My name's Craig Smith. You can't see my face, but you can hear my voice. We thought we'd come here today and give you a little hoop talk while we get some food and some water. Coach is working hard as usual. We're going to talk about the summer and what's going on right now. So, Coach Zack, why don't you give us some insight as to how the summer started? As far as like, we had tryouts, new faces came in during the season, new faces in the season. I mean, take the floor from me, man. Take it right under my feet.
I got you, bro. So it was a fun season, man. 17U. I guess we'll recap with them first. Started off great, actually, man. You know, I always say the term family. When we break everything, I put it on my uniforms, and I tell kids when they sign up, welcome to the Dynasty family, or we always have room for one more in the Dynasty family. And we actually got legit a family kid back with us. Kobe Henderson kind of came back with us, which made me smile very big because he is legit family. So,
well, he started off the season.
He started off the season with us. Then he went to go try something else. Came back to family, man. And once he came back, the June was kind of quiet. We just played here and there just to make sure we stayed in the gym with the guys. And then July came and we were on the road. We had the Gasso Live, then we had Orlando, and then we had Vegas. So it was boom, boom, boom. I think I was in Dallas for only 3 nights in the month of July. So it was a whirlwind for me, but 17U did really great, man. Gasso Live, I believe they went 4-2, played really well, especially the last game. We had a bump the game before the last game. And then we just had like what I like to call a coming to Jesus, where we talked it out, hashed it out. And then the next game played a team that was actually much better than the team that beat us the day before and destroyed them, which was great for us because we hit the road literally the next day to go to Orlando. So in Orlando, we get there and it's my 17U and as well as my 12U. Both teams go undefeated. 17U went, I think it was like 6-0. 12U went 5-0. Both of them won the championships, both pretty much at the buzzer beater. 17U, great performances all around. It was really tough in the playoff, especially in the championship. We played a really good, sound team. And I think we were down like 6 with about a minute and a half left. I call a timeout, I huddle up all the guys, we put our arms around each other, and we storm back. We had some big-time stops by my man Ben Johnson, helping us get us extra possessions. And then game on the line, 59-59. There was about 7 seconds left in the game. I call a timeout. I draw up a play, and let's go back 2 years ago. We were in Orlando in the championship, tie ball game. To win it in the championship, and play doesn't work and we lose. So now fast forward to this time, I draw up a play. We get in the hands of Avery Jackson. I can't say what I really call him. And he hits a buzzer beater for us and ball game's over. Win the championship that. Then we all storm over to the next gym to go watch our 12U that was being coached by Coach Henderson. And he was sweating, I thought he was playing. And he wins me a championship with them, so Orlando was great. And then I think the best part was we went to Disney World afterwards. I mean, you're in Orlando, you just want championships. That's what you do. So then right after that, no time to celebrate. Hit a flight back home, land, grab your next bag, and then we go to Las Vegas for what would be our last event. And man, it was, as much as I enjoyed coaching them in that event, I just enjoyed being around them. Because I've had these guys, like I said, some since 3rd, some since 6th, some since 7th, and you just grow to really love the kids, man. And boys played amazing. They had a showcase game where we demolished the team, and then we went undefeated in our bracket. And then we go to the playoffs, and it's a team that we literally played and beat. We're 4-0 against. Literally, they've never beat us. We beat them 3 weeks prior in the Gasso. And, you know, the ball just wasn't falling for us. We had great looks. The ball just wasn't going in for us. It was one of those days where everything they threw up was going in. And for us, it wasn't. And that's basketball. That's life. So we ended up losing pretty much at the buzzer again on that one. And then kind of the reality set in. I wasn't, for the first time ever, I wasn't mad that I lost the game. I was mad that I'm losing these boys that I've had with me. They're kids to me, man. I love them. So talked to them all, told them how much I love them, and you know, that was kind of like the end of the season. That was kind of like the end of the season for them, end of the journey for them boys as far as playing. Now, since they've been back, a lot of them have been getting texts and calls and everything from college coaches, some getting offers, going on visits and stuff like that. So that's been, the big Band-Aid on ending the season, is that it really hasn't ended for them as they're still getting looks. And I anticipate, we had 9 on the roster. I anticipate all 9 playing somewhere in college and probably 6 of them getting full rides. So great season, man. It was cool how, you know, some people came back, and then it showed kind of the character of our boys. I always say that it's cool to be a good basketball player, but it's even cooler to be a better person. And it was cool to see how mature my guys were on accepting people's mistakes or people's, you know, just their trials or something like that, and inviting them back and didn't miss a beat. So I was really proud of all that, and then just how we all gel together as a family. And we still got a group chat together. We still text all the time, and you know, all that good stuff like that. So it was a good season. It was a good season. Also in Las Vegas, our 13U, which is now 14U, be on the lookout for them. We didn't even have the full team, and we went undefeated in our bracket, went to the platinum bracket, and lost a close game by a team that honestly was 15, 20 points better than us, and we ended up losing by like 7. So great summer for Dynasty. And then I took some time off. I kind of went off the grid for a little bit, put my phone on airplane mode, but now I'm back, the laptop, all this stuff, doing schedules and rosters for the fall season.
So talk to me about them. There was a few players that had really good summers. Some players that confidence grew throughout the season, and you could really tell. Like Austin Page, you had a weekend where Avery and Nick weren't there, and Ben Johnson kind of turned it up.
Man,
it was. I think we both told him that weekend that it was his time. Green light.
Yep.
He took a lot of shots that weekend too. Yeah, I think he had one game with like 32,
32, yeah, 32.
32. Talk to me about some of those guys, and talk to me about the addition of Kasai Burton.
Okay, let's go. We'll start off with Ben Johnson, man. I freaking love that kid, man. Like, I love him to death. Like, love all my players. Ben's a special one, man. It reminds me a lot of myself. How he competes and he hates to lose. It reminds me a lot of myself, and I think that's sometimes probably why me and him bump heads. But there's one thing about Ben is he always competed, whether he wasn't making shots or not. He's a winner. I think there's people that like to win, and I think there's people that are winners. Michael Jordan's a winner. Kobe Bryant's a winner. Don't get mad at this. LeBron James likes to win. Ben Johnson's a winner. Ben Johnson had a weekend where we didn't have 2 of our leading scorers in Avery and Nick Jett, 2 huge pieces. Didn't have Kobe that weekend either, obviously. Then we got him back the next weekend. So we were pretty much low. And Ben Johnson, I think, averaged about 28 that weekend. But it wasn't just on scoring. It was on the defensive end, too. That helped his confidence. And you could see that confidence go all the way back to in the Orlando championship, when he might have not been having his best shooting game, but it was the last 3 minutes, and we were down 12, and I needed my winners and guys that I know were going all out there on there, and it was Ben Johnson without a doubt. And he got stop after stop for us, got a couple of buckets, ended up getting the steal that led to Avery Jackson's buzzer beater win.
And Ben Johnson, I think, is going to be one of the kids that you're going to want to look for during high school season at Jesuit Prep High School. Gavin, I'm not going to say his last name because I don't want to mess it up. But Gavin, who was their leading scorer, leader, probably everything, now at Texas, I think it's going to be Ben Johnson's team. So he's going to be a guy that you're going to want to look for when it comes to high school season, to have a big season.
I agree. Now let's get into guys like Austin Page.
Gavin Perryman.
Austin Page, man. The Gasso was like the welcoming party for Austin Page. He did everything you could ask for. Blew up. Orlando didn't miss a beat. The semifinal game, we won that game because of the combination of Kobe Henderson and Austin Page. They could not stop him. Vegas, Austin Page. He was about as consistent as you could be in the most important month.
He was there during the Gasso y'all won with 6 players too, right?
Yep, big time. He always. I'll say this about Austin, and again, because we lost one of our players, because you'll probably see him playing on Sunday. My boy Chase Kennedy will probably be. Hopefully he's in a Dallas Cowboy helmet, because I'm trying to win some Super Bowls, Chase. But Austin really rose and got better and better, and I kind of used to joke with him and say, I can't even get any sleep or go on a date anymore, Austin, because college coaches keep blowing me up for you. So I'm very proud of him. And again, the basketball accolades, a great job, Austin. But I think the best thing about Austin is I watched that kid grow up from a boy to a man. I'm hard on players. I'm hard on coaches. It's just the only way I know how to be. And because I want you to be on the same level as I am. Like, I would never ask you to do something I won't do. So I was on Austin hard. Austin, I will not apologize, because it made you what you kind of are now. And Austin just brushed it off, listened to the actual words, and got better every freaking weekend. He actually got on Steph Curry's he's on Steph Curry's Instagram right now and Twitter. Like, that's him. Good job, Austin, man. He goosebumps right now talking about Austin. That's my guy. Kasai Burton, bro, he was this my boy Kasai like this. I'm gonna talk like Kasai. Man, Kasai he's just a really cool guy, very chill, but he's a leader, man. He led us, especially, early on in the season when we lost a couple of players. He was always solid. Offensively and defensively, when he turned it on, there's not a point guard I would take over him. It was a great asset to have him. Same with Devin Vincent. His dad emailed me, was like, Coach, thanks for everything. Wouldn't change anything about this team or this season.
That's another guy I was going to bring up.
And I emailed his dad back. I was like, I would change a lot about the season. I wish I had your son for the past 4 years. That's a kid that he got on people's radar. You're talking about a guy that it's
kid that plays basketball that would probably play like linebacker, defensive end type of thing, and football.
Man, he's another kid that just plays the right way. He's a coach's player. You tell him to go do something, he's gonna do it. Devin, go run your head inside the brick wall. He's gonna be like, oh no, this can make me a better basketball player, but coach said it, so I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
He was, on the court to win the game in Orlando too. He's just a solid guy, high IQ guy, both ends type of guy. He's a great asset to us. My man, Farai, Jaden, guys that were energy guys off the bench for me, never complaining, just ready to get in and go do it. They're getting, I'm getting texts from them from colleges too. So it was just a great year. I had a great bunch of kids, man. It was. I'm gonna miss them. I actually sent a tweet out the other day saying I miss my 17U. They were fun. They were fun.
Only 17U.
My only 17U I've had, and it was a good one. They set the bar up. People might be a little upset with me as I kind of stepped down a little bit this year from the high school. Let some of my other coaches run high school, but I'll be back in high school. I just got to focus on baby Dynasty. But we will have a high school team. We'll have a 15U team. It'll be head by I got some coaches coming in. I got a lot of young coaches that are hungry. I'm going to watch them coach a little high school basketball, and I'm just going to take next summer kind of just to be with the youth program, a little bit more of my family.
Talk to me about Avery and Nick.
Avery and Nick, man. Buckets. Winners. Other guys I talk about being winners, they're winners. They'll be, they're not done. They have a lot of basketball left in them. I think they're going to light it up for their high schools. There's not a day that goes by that I don't either get a DM or a text message from a college coach about them. They were about as consistent as you can be from the month of March to the last weekend of July on both ends of the court.
Yeah.
Like, I remember thinking one time, man, Nick didn't play that well. Then you go look, and he had 18 and 10 rebounds.
Sneaky.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe he did play well. So, yeah, they're good. that's all I can say about it. They're going to be playing college basketball.
Avery Jackson plays at Frisco Memorial. Probably, I know they're a top 10 team in the state. They got to be in 5A.
They should win.
And Nick Jett goes to Frisco Heritage High School. I don't want to say he's all they have, but let's go Nick Jett.
Let's go Nick Jett.
You do what you can.
Then you have, Kobe Henderson. He's another one, man. He's a player. I had players, dude. Like, I had players, and
Kobe is a kid that college coaches need to stop not looking at. I mean, you're talking about a 6'4" combo guard.
Lefty.
He can play off the ball, on the ball.
Whatever you want. Coach's kid, smart, high IQ.
He's a long kid. He good defense. Moves his feet well.
Yep. I think that he's going to be at a big school. I feel like
he's definitely a low major, mid major kid. A starter at a D2 school, I think.
I agree. He's a big time sleeper, man. Like, I send tweets out sometimes about him just saying, like, don't sleep. Like, don't sleep. Because he is good. He's good. He's a player.
He started out the season with Dynasty and went to Pro Skills and tried the EYBL thing, which is understandable. Came back, got right back to it, kind of kept his head down and just worked.
Yep.
And, I mean, that's really all you can ask for from a kid like that.
Came ready to just, honestly, when he came back, man, it wasn't even like, okay, well, we got to figure out how to get him. It was just, sometimes the puzzle's complete, and sometimes you lose a puzzle piece along the line. It's underneath the couch or something. We lost a little bit of our puzzle piece, but when he came back, it was complete, and we didn't miss it. We didn't miss a beat once he came back, man. So he was a great kid too, man. He's always smiling, always in the gym.
He had a really good game against the Houston Hoops 16U team. Now, let's say y'all did lose that game, but let's not sleep on the Houston Hoops 16U team. That team's got about 6-7 dudes that are going to play mid-major,
they could probably
high-major
beat their
basketball.
17U.
Those are some really good kids, and they're big. And Kobe came to play that game.
Yep.
Knocked down some threes, knocked down some and ones. That was one of his better games. But as far as like Austin Page, man, Austin Page, you could see every game, confidence went up and up and up. I remember going out to eat with him and his dad, and I just tell him, like, stop playing football. Put all your time and everything into basketball and you will be great. And please knock down a mid-range jumper, because if you get that, you're unstoppable. He finally started dunking in games. That started. I mean, the ceiling. I think the ceiling is really high with him.
What do the kids do like this?
Yeah.
I do too. I think whoever gets him, because he just keeps. I know that's like the cliche. He's getting better every year. He's getting better. He literally is getting better every game.
He got better
every game.
Every game, but like, I mean, I'm talking about way better. I mean, way stepped up from last year.
Yep, I agree.
Last year he was probably more of just like a maybe shot blocker, rebounder. Didn't really score much.
Yeah.
But this year
he was a big part of our team.
8 to 10 points a game, blocks, dunks, rebounds, everything.
He's a big part of our team.
Talk to me about what you're doing now, man. Well, the season ended.
Okay, so season
ended. How much time did you have off between then and what you're doing now?
So first off, when you kind of own your own company, you never have a legit day off. There's always a phone call, there's always an email, there's always something to be done. But I always kind of take some personal time where I kind of stay away from the gym as much as possible, stay away from the email work. So I took about 3 weeks off. Where I just kind of like chilled and got back to my family and hung out a little bit. But then it's back to work. So while all that's going on, I'm sending out the sign-up link for the fall season. We had a lot of kids sign up for the fall season, and that's what I've been doing constantly. We started last week with our evaluations. We had so many kids sign up, so I'm actually right now making, I'm doing the coaches' schedules, the teams, the game schedules, tournaments, the rosters, how much the season's going to cost me, the cost of production, the cost of operations. I'm doing.
You said you had
doing pretty much like everything. So that's when you see me doing this.
You said you had like a record amount of kids sign up this season. Huh?
Yeah, man. So we hit our cap. I always set a cap up, and we hit our cap. I won't say what that number is, but we hit our cap. It was literally, it's the record. We've never hit it. I have the same cap every season. We hit it. That's literally, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going through every kid and doing all that. And here I got the practice time. So I literally, Friday, I've worked nonstop on Friday. Saturday, I went to go coach a couple of games, came right back to the house, worked nonstop. I woke up this morning, been working nonstop. I'm still nowhere near done.
One day we might be driving down 75 and you're going to see one of them big buildings that says Texas Dynasty on it. That's the corporate office.
That'd be dope. But I mean, I think a lot of people think that once you sign up, I just put you on a team and just let you go. I legit obsess and stress over this, trying to make it as perfect as possible. I get so many requests and I get so many emails and stuff like about it. This is very hard. It takes me about 2 to 3 weeks before I finally complete it. And when I say I'm staying up to, if you had a camera just following me around, you wouldn't turn that camera off till 3:30 in the morning, and you'll turn it back on at 7. Because I'll work. So I've been working. Let's just take today. I woke up at 7 and started working. I haven't stopped yet. It's 5 right now. I'll take a break from 6 to 8, and then I'll start working at it again from 8 till probably 3 in the morning. Then wake up. Then you got to go coach the whole day. So this is the part that no one sees. This is the part.
When you're not doing this, you got how many coaches on your staff?
We have 10. We have 10 coaches on our staff.
So when I'm guessing you got some kids that are homeschooled, right? Do you have any kids that are homeschooled?
Not many. Not many.
Okay, so let's say on off days or something. I don't know. You got coaches that go around and train kids, maybe at their homes or at a local.
Yeah. So I have coaches. I literally
court in their neighborhood.
Literally, a coach was just here just now, Coach K, a little young protege. He literally just left because he has a lesson to go do that I give out. So I mean, there's so much that people do not see of Dynasty. I think people just see me as like this coach and stuff like that. But this is
loudmouth on Twitter.
Yeah. But this is like, this is what I do most of the time, man. Honestly, like, I could coach all day. Coaching's easy, but this is the stuff that I stress about. This is the stuff that I'm like always on. Like, if you ever text me and I'm like, I can't talk, or even like my mom knows, like, don't call him right now because he's in a bad mood because he's doing like, not that I'm in a bad mood. I'm just super focused because I want it to be perfect. I strive for perfection in everything I do, and I try to make everybody as happy as possible. I think sometimes people think I just do stuff and I'm just like, whatever, he doesn't care. But I know every single kid in the program. I know their face, and I really want them just to enjoy basketball. So when I'm putting these teams together, it's not because I don't like your kid or this, and this. It's like, I want your kid to enjoy and get better.